Hi, it's Denise Galoni, owner of DG Training Solutions Incorporated. Today, I want to talk to you about when you get ready to speak, how to hook your audience. They just read your introduction, you're getting ready to walk out on the stage, and you notice that the audience may be preoccupied, checking their cell phones or yawning because they just had a big lunch in the event. So how do you hook your audience and get them to pay attention to you even before you open your mouth? It can be challenging at times. Here's a couple tips for you. Number one, during your introduction, have whoever's introducing you read your introduction and have some questions in there. Ask your audience questions such as, did you ever? Have you? Or are you? And then ask a question. Asking questions immediately hooks your audience, gets them involved, and they anticipate what you're going to say. That's a great tip. Before you even open your mouth, the audience wants to hear what you have to say. Another tip. As soon as you walk out on the stage, ask another question. Hook the audience even further. You heard during my introduction when I asked, have you ever found yourself in a situation? And carry on with that question. Start your talk from there. Ask the question. Give them time to answer. Sometimes I like to ask them, if you've ever experienced this, raise your hand. Or say yes. Get them involved. As soon as they get involved, they're more apt to pay attention to your talk. Now, just because you hook them at the beginning of your talk doesn't mean that they're not going to lose attention sometimes, because we all have things on our mind. So how do you keep them involved? Easy. Talk slowly. Throw some questions in there. Throw some humor. And ask them questions. Get them involved. Most of the time, I like to save questions for the very end of my presentation to make sure I get all of my presentation in. But at times, I do throw some questions out. Has anyone ever experienced this? If you see some hands, then you can tell your story. Telling stories is another way to hook your audience. Let me tell you a story about what happened when I first walked on the stage to speak in front of a group. Automatically, everybody wants to hear a story. If it's a funny story, even better. The next video, I'll start telling you other tips on how to get your audience involved in your presentation. But hook your audience whenever you give someone your introduction, and make sure you tell them to read your introduction. Even if they know you very well, don't let them introduce you. Have them read the introduction you wrote and tell them, this introduction has something to do with my presentation, so please read it the way I wrote it. Put the questions in there. When you hit the stage, ask a few questions, have people put up their hands, get them involved, and you should have no trouble keeping their attention. Until the next video, have a nice day.